from hauntedflower.com and hauntedflowerreviews.com, and as you can tell, once again I recorded several videos back to back to get them all done. Today I'm going to be discussing with you 3 Blu-ray titles. This is Donnie Darko, the 10th Anniversary Edition, Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital copy that came out on July 26th. Then we're going to have Rio, another Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital copy that came out on August 2nd. And lastly, Better Off Dead from the 80s, starring John Cusack, and also came out on August 2nd. If you've been a longtime fan of my channel, then you'll know I've actually reviewed Donnie Darko before on DVD. This puts together everything you could possibly want. See, Harley likes it. This is actually a 4-disc set. You start off with the Blu-ray, there's a DVD, another DVD, and the digital copy. For those of you unfamiliar with Donnie Darko, it is a cult classic starring Jake Gyllenhaal and a host of other wonderful actors. You've got Drew Barrymore and Noah Wyle and Jenna Malone, Patrick Swayze, Jake's sister Maggie Gyllenhaal as his sister in this, Mary McDonald, Catherine Ross. This is just a wonderful, cool story. And it's so unique. This is about time travel. What I liked about this movie when I watched it is it feels like you're finding something that nobody else knows about at first, and you can kind of interpret the story in some ways. And it's a circular story. Everything in it means something. Everything in it comes back to be important. There's this scary bunny rabbit dude that's following Donnie around and saying really cryptic things. I just love this movie, and I love Jake Gyllenhaal in it. It is written and directed by Richard Kelly. This was like his first movie, and it was kind of a big deal. It had an unfortunate release. It came out around September 11th, so that's kind of how the cult thing started. On your Blu-ray, you've got both the theatrical version and the director's cut. This was the first time I saw the director's cut, and I've got to say, I'm not really a big fan of any director going in and Lucasing their movie. He changed a few things to make them look more specialer. There's like a big eye that comes in once in a while. There's more sparkles. There's all this crazy stuff going when the tape is rewinding towards the end. What he did was just goofing off with the effects to make it look a little different. And I don't really like that in a movie. But what's awesome is that there is audio commentary on the director's cut with Richard Kelly and Kevin Smith, who had nothing to do with this movie, but now gets a thank you in the credits because he serves as a sounding board for Richard Kelly and brought in a bunch of questions from fans to kind of pose to him throughout the film as they explain it. If you've ever had questions about what this movie really means, what the director was really going for, they're all answered here. Some of the answers were a little different than I thought they were. I'd kind of rather just stick with my interpretation of the film because I kind of preferred it. It was part of my journey to discovering the film. There's also audio commentary with the cast and crew and commentary with director Richard Kelly and actor Jake Gyllenhaal, both of those for the original theatrical version. Those were the features that I liked the most on my original copy because they're so funny. This includes a production diary, which is lots of extra footage, but it's a lot more interesting if you put on the option of commentary from the director of photography, Stephen Poster. He puts things into context. There's an interesting feature called They Made Me Do It Too, the Cult of Donnie Darko featurette. This one's a little weird. It basically just shows how this movie really took off in England first. They were a lot more accepting of it because the Americans were distracted with the current events of that time. And these people are a little crazy. Also, Number One Fan, a darkumentary. This is a guy going around with a camera explaining his love for Donnie Darko. What was entertaining about this feature was that the guy kind of made up words to some of the score. I love the Donnie Darko score. But he just kind of, and this is Donnie Darko, and he is a superhero. I don't remember his words, but it was something like that. Also a storyboard to screen featurette and a director's cut theatrical trailer on that disc. Deleted and extended scenes with optional director commentary, Cunning Visions infomercials, website gallery, Mad World music video, really love that. Art gallery and production stills, cast and crew info, the Philosophy of Time Travel book, everything you could possibly want. And then of course the last disc is the digital copy. I can't believe I've done all this talking and it's only been about this one specific release, which is obviously going to be my pick of the week. Next you have Rio, and if the songs weren't stuck in your head before, they will by the time you watch the features. This has tons and tons of features for little kids. Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy. There's one deleted scene where the bird eats fruit instead of Fruity Pebbles. that's fascinating, and I'm glad they cut it. But the good features are you can explore the world of Rio. They actually show you footage of the real place of Carnival, and you can kind of see where all the influences came from. The director talks about his influences. There are interviews with the cast. Even Jane Lynch, who was only in there for like one tiny scene. Jesse Eisenberg and Anne Hathaway are the main two voices. There are several music videos, little boombox things. You can design your own postcards on there, which is fun for the kids. You can pick an image and put little stickers on it, and they have a cute little map where you can go to different places and you can learn little things. They're really proud of having will.i.am and Jamie Foxx in the film because they have tons and tons of stuff on the music and how great he was mixing the beats. It's a great little kids movie. It's not amazing. It's from DreamWorks. It's not How to Train Your Dragon amazing, but this will be entertaining for your kids and keep them busy, and it's not painful for adults to watch either. And finally, John Cusack in Better Off Dead from the 80s. I gotta admit, I didn't see this when I was in the 80s, because I was 2 years old when it came out. It's 97 minutes long. There are no features on here except for like a trailer, so that's a bummer. But what's great about this is that if this was a classic for you, now you can relive it in a slightly better picture. And I was so bummed because like I love some 80s movies. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's a big favorite of mine. And this one I didn't get into as much. I think if I had been in the 80s, I would have loved this. And then when I look back at it, it would have been so nostalgic for me. But looking at it the day I was watching, I was just kind of like, this is strange. There's a singing, rocking out hamburger playing a guitar. It was funny seeing where all these like ski references came from and why John Cusack ended up in Hot Tub Time Machine, which is basically this movie. I would have to say I definitely prefer this movie to Hot Tub Time Machine, though. Actually seeing the real 80s instead of the fake 80s, for sure. Once again, my pick of the week out of these titles would be Donnie Darko. You need this in your collection if you are a grown-up. If you are a little kid, then I guess you go with Rio, and you bug your parents. Thank you for watching my review. I hope you'll join me again next time for another movie or anime or Blu-ray, DVD, TV review, whatever the heck I'm talking about. Take care. See you next time. Bye. For more reviews and to find out about free contest giveaways, go to hauntedflowerreviews.com. My reviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. Search for Haunted Flower Reviews and subscribe and leave us feedback and comments. Our store is hauntedflower.com, where we specialize in fantastic licensed apparel from movies, TV shows, video games, anime, and more. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedflower and Twitter at haunted_flower. If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit indiemojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes.